This
But
kayfabe after had to run it back one time for the one time. Yeah, we
yeah,
had a jam-packed action of wrestling this weekend. Across the entire week, man, we had GCW shows, we had AEW Full Gear, we had AAA, man, we had the John Cena tournament update rackets, man. So let's get it cracking. Where we gonna start off? Let's start with this AAA show. This AAA show, that kind of a little under the radar, because I'm pretty sure it aired last night, right?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, so it was a little under the radar because it came during the same time as Full Gear. Y'all got any thoughts, comments, feelings about the AAA show that happened last night? I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't. I found out about it scrolling through Instagram, so I didn't watch it, so I don't have to think about it.
And that's my problem coming into this topic, because are they partners or are they bought by WWE? That's a genuine question right now.
They're a colony of WWE,
right? Like, if this is a partnership, why aren't you promoting their regular shows, not just the ones that WWE stars are on? And you know what? WWE stars are on these shows that are not being promoted. We need to know about what's going on there, and not just hear promotions from Worlds Collide. Like, major things came out of that show, and fans got to find out, because WWE stars ended up being involved and major things happen. And we find out on X or Twitter or whatever, wherever on social media. So that's upsetting. Like, dude, you're investing in these people, Iguana Man and all these other stars, Psycho Clown, and I didn't even know these people's names a couple of months ago. Continue promoting them. But that's what I feel. WWE's dropping the ball as far as just promoting their regular shows. Like, if you're gonna do it all the way. Don't half-ass it.
Right. Was there any title changes or anything noteworthy?
Javon Evans is now the #1 contender, and he's gonna face Laredo Kid for the AAA Cruiserweight. Ethan Page and Chelsea Green, their titles against Iguana and Lola, and El Grande America.
Ooh. You're lagging a little bit, coming off staticky.
I think Focus started to do the podcast in the elevator.
Yeah, he's in the shaft right now. What he's trying to say is Dominic Mysterio and Gran Americano had a tag team match. Right? Can you hear us, Focus?
Yeah, your end just lagging. That's why he's reiterating what you're saying.
Yeah. So Singo and Dragon Lee. And they won. So, and then the Lucha Brothers came and challenged them to the next. And that's something that we all saw on social media, like AJ said. And, we thought that would be cool that Lucha Brothers coming back together and for the first WWE form.
Okay. So we got the Lucha Brothers officially in WWE now, because before they were like two separate entities. Okay, that's big. That's big.
Yeah, they definitely need to throw them together on the same show. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and then also they're gonna have to explain it on Raw, like, yeah, this happened at the AAA show.
Yeah, but they're gonna do it because Dominic Mysterio and all these people are attached to it, so they're gonna do their justice on that. What they're not doing justice on is promoting the AAA solo shows.
Yeah.
At least give us the updates, like, hey, this just simple is the show's happening here, catch it there, move on.
Right. That part.
But yeah, excited to see the Lucha Bros for sure in WWE. I'm hoping that leads to, that translating on WWE television, not just AAA.
Yeah, more of that. We definitely need more Lucha Bros on WWE TV. It's crazy that they haven't been united in WWE canon yet, but we'll see. Maybe this leads to the future. We'll see what's going on. Any other thoughts, comments, feelings about that?
Pence's had the better run so far, but I feel like they're a little confused on how to use Ray Phoenix, even though in the spots that they have given him has always been a good showing for him. But Penta's been revolving around the IC title, so if it's not gonna happen, and it's not gonna happen in the foreseeable, just pair them together and let them dominate with what is a kind of lacking Raw tag team title picture. Like no discredit to the new champions AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, but you guys are just thrown together,
right?
You know,
No,
and then
no challenges.
The New Day hasn't been doing anything since they lost it. As far as trying to regain them back, and then the Judgment Day has just been holding it and barely defending it.
Yeah, the tag team division can definitely use some adrenaline in its own. So yeah, Lucha Brothers will be a good addition. Did anybody have any other thoughts, comments, feelings about the AAA show from last night?
Could have saw it or knew about it in advance.
Yeah, WWE. You got to promote that more. Y'all have 5 hours of television with Raw and SmackDown. Yeah, y'all got to do a better job with promoting AAA. That's crazy that none of us really knew about it. And with that being said, speaking of somebody who really appreciates the fans and who really puts over the fans, Mr. the Unseen 17, John Cena, man, we got like 2 more dates with John Cena, man, before he's up out of here. We've been very critical of the tournament, of his run, of his last year run. But I think I can say, I don't want to sound like I'm flip flopping, but we're just giving what we're given. I think the SummerSlam run after, when he kind of basically officially turned back face, and this run all the way until the end, I think it's been cool. I think it's been cool. I think this is a time when WWE's revisionist history is going to play into their favor, and they should definitely conveniently forget some things that did or did not happen with this run, and just give us the nice, smoothed out, just John Cena came, ran, he did a little heel thing, won the championship, IC title, and backed out. We don't need to get into all the little details of it because it's going to mess it up. You know what I'm saying? it's gonna mess it up. I don't even think I talked about the tournament, but we got to update. Does anybody have the update on the rate on the brackets of the tournament? I think we're down to our final 4. Yeah.
I haven't been checking out the brackets.
So
true.
This shit is pretty it's pretty predictable, I say.
Yeah.
So last week SmackDown, well, this 3 days ago, 2 days ago actually, the SmackDown that just passed, we had LA Knight versus The Miz. Yeah. Obviously, The Miz lost. Jey Uso versus Rusev. Rusev lost. So we got LA Knight and Jey Uso in the semis. They did a double taping, so now they're waiting for their opponents from tomorrow's Raw, which is Solo versus Penta and Gunther versus Carmelo. So, you can see where that's gonna go. I'm pretty sure Solo's gonna win against Penta, and then Gunther's gonna win against Carmelo.
Well, let's ask a question about this, right? I think Solo has really leaps and bounds of improvement. I believe Solo. When Solo stepped out to I believe who he says he is. Gunther is Gunther. Who do you think at this point, with everything that's happened, tribal chief, long intercontinental runs, who needs this win more? Let's forget what the dirt sheet say who's going to win. Just fan perspective, looking at it, who needs this win more, Gunther or
right now it's Solo, Gunther, LA, or Jey Uso.
Excuse me, my bad. I forgot the other. My bad. I did forget them. My bad. Out of these, who do you think needs this more? Who do you think needs this win out of these 4?
LA Knight.
Yeah.
LA Knight.
What do you think, AJ?
Everyone else already has the prestige on them, or in Jey Uso's case, have been getting super, super, super pushed. So LA Knight is the only answer, honestly, who needs this the most. And not only that, he's been doing the best work towards John Cena this whole tournament, looking directly in the camera, saying, "I'm gonna see you at the end, John." Like, pretty much calling his ass out with no apologies. There's rumors right now that he might be in the doghouse a little bit because he pulled a fan sign that was like shitting on Jey Uso and or something like that. That's speculation, though. That's not confirmed.
Right.
But if there's any truth to that, and he got any heat, he might not win. And a lot of fans are thinking it's gonna end up being Jey Uso versus Gunther, which would be part 3. That'll be part 3 to their feud, with them both having a win against each other. So, do you want to see the cap off to that rivalry, or do you want to see LA Knight get some shine? That's the real question. I don't think Solo Sikoa is gonna
I'd rather
win.
get the cap off.
Neither do I.
Solo doesn't need it. He has his own gimmick to sustain him, and just getting heat enough, jumping people is gonna evolve him into the show, and people are gonna hate him regardless. So people are gonna have issues and want to fight him. So I don't feel like Solo needs it at all.
Right.
LA Knight needs it the most, but the one that makes sense is Gunther.
Gunther hasn't been doing anything. He's been gone for a minute, so he does need a little boost. It's doing something.
Yeah, I agree. I think Gunther. Winner. That's been the reported winner. I think Gunther can probably do the most with it. It kind of falls in line with just how they booked him. Longest, these super long record-breaking title records. Everything he does is kind of almost legendary. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like the IC title, the old NXT European title, like UK title, excuse me. Gunther always breaks records, so it wouldn't be surprised if Gunther goes to the finals and retires John. He retired Goldberg earlier this year, so what another feather on the cap to retire John Cena. Speaking of somebody that should have retired Cena, because we talk about pushing new people and stuff like that, man. Karrion Kross has been on the tip of wrestling fans' tongue a lot this year, man, with his promos, with his segments, with his lack of segments. But now he's out on his own. He's out in this independent world. He's in GCW. He's in HOG. He's in MLW. You gentlemen had the chance to see Mr. Kross yesterday live at the American Dream Mall. What are your thoughts about seeing Kross out there, man? What are your thoughts, feelings, critiques, maybe big ups? Let me hear it.
Obviously, I've nearly been to all his New York area appearances so far, except for the Long Island show, at HOG. So it's starting to kind of shine a light a little bit. Like, obviously, we know the gimmick is there, the look is there, the package with Scarlett is there. She has talent on her own. We know that he can cut a mean fucking promo. But the only critique the fans have is the in-ring, right? And the thing is, he has the moves. He has the ability. He has the strength. My problem right now that I'm starting to realize, especially going to the Indies, which is is starting to be a problem for me as a fan, is the reasoning supposedly, behind all this is whatever the machine in WWE either lost faith, didn't want to pay, or negotiate properly. He got heat over the promo. Whatever it was that split them apart, WWE and Karrion Kross, now Killer Kross. He made it clear that he still wants to make it back to WWE, that was, the place he wanted to be, that the opportunity is still there. If this is a work, cool. you know, if that's still out there, because he still plays with that idea. Noticing that a lot of the people that he's fighting outside of maybe one or two opponents so far have all been ex WWE talent. Mostly safe promotions
Some good
that
storyline.
wouldn't paint a bad image of him joining, like opposition to WWE, like a AEW in particular. He's been staying away from signing a contract or having, even as Tony said, they haven't had any conversations at all. So this is supposed to be your run to start showing the giving the back to the fans in a better way, to connect with the fans, which he has been doing with the signings and his documentary and YouTube and all that. But dog, you got to start putting on longer matches. How are you going to impress if this is not a work? How are you going to impress WWE and say, nah, that's the Killer Kross, or that's the Karrion Kross that we needed? Oh shit, he's reminding us. When you're coming into these shows and your matches are only 5 to 10 minutes, and it's been consistently like that, and less than 10 minutes, we're including entrance time and everything. Your matches are like 5 to 7 minutes. And then we went to the GCW show yesterday before the Full Gear AEW pay-per-view. And I told Focus, oh look, the major players, which are Matt Cardona, aka Zack Ryder, and what's his partner's name again? I'm drawing a blank right now. I'm sorry. Not Kurt Hawkins. What's his real name?
Brian Myers.
Brian Myers.
Brian Myers.
Yeah, I didn't want to say Kurt Hawkins because he actually didn't go back to that gimmick. They were doing the, we're gonna beat up the GCW roster dude, and we're gonna hold them. We're gonna keep him away from Kross. I'm like, oh look, to Focus. Not even a minute into the match, I'm like, how much you want to bet they keep him away? Kross finally gets the hot tag, comes in, does his 2-3 spots, and then is over instantly. That's literally what happened. Kept him away. They put the door in. He finally got the hot tag, comes in. Brian Myers is out the ring, puts Zack Ryder through the door. Is over. The same thing happened at HOG. I was there live, and I met Killer Kross at I saw him at HOG, but I got to actually speak to him at Comic-Con, and we even laughed about the Zack Ryder, the Matt Cardona finish. It was funny, but we got to make this your run, bro. We got to make this like Cody, undeniable, undesirable to undeniable. This has to be that run. Especially if you're trying to get back to the WWE, because I'm pretty sure you could have had that conversation with Tony Khan and join AEW at any point. But if you're trying to get back to WWE, you got to become undesirable to undeniable. And if you want them to match your merch and do their due diligence in these negotiations, you have to be undeniable. And these 5-minute matches are not it. There's no rivalries being built consistent. There's little segments here and there if you catch them on YouTube once in a while. GCW actually did a great job. Yeah, through different promotions as well, HOG and GCW. Yeah. But GCW did do a good job of recapping why Kross was even involved in the match.
I love that.
But it's like Cody had a list. He had a list of like 10, 15 people he wanted to fight. He wasn't tied to one specific promotion, but he was impactful everywhere he went. And we knew more stars around Cody. The Elite became the Elite with Cody being involved, The AEW was possible because of that run in the Indies that Cody did. And of course, comparing this, they're two different people, but at the end of the day, Cody kind of set like the standard of like, yo, this is how you fucking tell them, fuck you. I'm better. I know I'm as good as I think I am, and I'm gonna go out there and show you and prove the shit, and come back, and you're gonna give me everything I want.
Facts.
You know, that's it. It's not even a critique on him as a wrestler as a whole. It's just we need these matches. People think you don't take bumps. He does take bumps. The matches are too short. That's why people don't feel like he's taking bumps. That's all I got to say.
I feel like I feel like he needs to learn a little bit more moves, and like because I feel like he does a lot of striking, and I would like to see some, like, you know, maybe like a gorilla press, or maybe like more power bombs, and, you know, other things, or like a hip toss or something. I feel like he's very, very striky and stuff. I just want to see like a more like various different type of things and stuff from him. I know he
really
plays the big man very. I know he plays the big man very well, but like I would like to see more move variations.
Yeah.
If you're talking about athletic moves, cool. But he's a grappler. He's a grappler. He does a lot of like judo, like suplexes and tosses. His main finisher is like an F5 variation. He has the grapple moves. I think what you want is more.
And you know what it is?
Showmanship kind of moves.
And you know what it is? You know what it is? His matches are so short that he doesn't demonstrate enough variation of it.
Exactly, and that's where my little speech lies, because
like I said, I'm not saying that he's not doing it. I'm not saying that he's not doing it. I'm just saying I want to see variations of different things. Like, I'm not saying that he's not doing a power bomb. I want to see variations. Like maybe do like a Razor's Edge instead of like a normal power bomb, or do like a jackknife, or like, you know, like a gut wrench. You know, something like, you know, that you know other things other than your own move set. You know, like, because, you know, experiment a little bit. You know, maybe you'll find something innovative and you'll do something, and, you know, maybe that's the thing that gets you to the next thing. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that he's not doing that shit at all. I'm just saying I want more variations.
And that's really what it is. We need more. There's no excuse that, hey, WWE is not booking me. That's not an excuse anymore. I've already been to 4 different shows, and it felt the same. The matches were 5 minutes long, 6 minutes long.
Yeah. I like
dude, I'm literally coming to see you.
Yeah, and that's what's upsetting, because a lot of the time people are coming to see you. You know, you're fresh out of WWE. People, you have a fan base. People are coming to paying that ticket to come see you. I like Karrion Kross, but this is going to go all the way back to NXT. You know, and you kind of hinted at it earlier. You got the cool entrance, you got the cool girl, you got the cool music, but no disrespect, what happens when the bell rings? And that's the only way you're going to get back to WWE, honestly. Unless you're going to be a super heel. I think his moveset and how he moves about in the ring works great if you are a super heel. But, sir, you are not.
Yeah,
play this in between roles.
He's an in between, and right now he's a face.
And right, you lean
people
more
love
towards
him.
being a face.
Every show I've been to, they do the "We Want Kross" chants. People love Kross. It's just I don't think if we showed WWE the last batch of all these indie shows, I don't think they're gonna be like impressed.
We want you back. Why would they want you back? And that's my own. And that's always been my critique of Karrion Kross. Everything is on point, but we need that match where it's just like, yo, focus. Did you see that Karrion? Yo, when we're in the group chat, yo, did you see that Karrion Kross match? And I have never felt that way about a Karrion Kross match, and we need that. As fans, we need that. We need that match where it's just like, yo, did you see that Karrion Kross match? And we don't get that. So,
it's true, because it's more like, did you see that segment?
Right.
You know, did you see that promo?
Do cinematic matches. Here's the thing. Here's the cool thing about being independent. You can make your own way. You can just do cinematic matches. And that's it makes you even more special because like we don't even really see you live like that. When we see you live, yeah, you do a promo, but damn, we don't even see Karrion Kross wrestle like that because he always does cinematic matches. And then you can hide things, and then you can build that hype up. And then when you actually get in the match, you don't even really got to do that much because we're enthralled by what we've seen. Because we've seen you as a star, so we're just gonna look at you as a star. But right now, yeah, if I'm WWE, what am I? I don't know. We don't need you. Keep working. Respectfully, keep working. You've seen Drew McIntyre, you've seen Cody, keep working.
That's crazy because like I said, I'm a big fan. I'm still a big fan. I'm still gonna support or whatever. I just want more. I wanna.
Yeah.
Where's this big rival match? Like this drag out brawl.
Him and Matt Cardona
like,
gotta have that match. Him and Matt Cardona
like,
have to
I
have
want
that
y'all to
drag
go
out.
in. I want y'all to go in. There's already been 2-3 appearances you guys fought against each other already.
Yeah.
Like, turn up. I want to see this good 15-minute match.
Right.
Like, back and forth, a lot of moves and attacks and even some blood. Let's do it.
And speaking of, just a tiny segue, why do y'all think, because I was very critical of Zack Ryder to find out, and I said it during it, but I have no problem eating a humble pie. Zack Ryder is not signed to WWE, so that's why he did go back as Zack Ryder, as Matt Cardona. Why do you think WWE has not signed Matt? I mean, this guy got everything. He's proved himself in the indies. He's got the looks. He can cut a promo. He's good in the ring. Why has WWE not signed Zack Ryder? Because I would have signed him yesterday and brought him back as Matt Cardona in all his indie glory. Why has WWE not done this?
I think they're comfortable with their partnership and being able to pool on those rosters whenever they feel like it. But one, I think two is more like a been there, done that situation.
But it's Matt Cardona though. This is different.
Is it
if they present it like that way? It can be.
We've seen a lot.
I'll give you a reason why.
He hasn't been doing those death matches. He hasn't been doing the death matches and the long style matches either recently. I've seen a lot of Matt Cardona matches live, especially in the last couple of months, and he's been doing the same thing. Go in, do your shit, leave.
Smoke and mirror, a lot of smoke and mirror. Why do you think so focused? You said you know the reason, focus. Wow, enlighten us, please.
The reason why WWE doesn't want to sign him is because they don't need LA Knight Part 2.
Damn. And you know what?
LA Knight already has the spot that he would already be in.
Yo, not no funny when you put LA Knight, Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder. It is kind of
like almost the same person.
Respectfully, no disrespect, Matt Cardona.
Just one is funnier.
Right, but we got
you got Matt Cardona and LA Knight going like this.
Yeah, they're like
no disrespect, but we got LA Knight.
They literally did that. Like what?
Yeah.
Which is sad because technically it would be we got Zack Ryder at home.
We got Zack Ryder at home
because he's been around us longer. He's been in the spotlight way longer. But no disrespect. But
yeah, no disrespect.
I just feel like that's what WWE is. Like, been there, done that, and also you're signed to TNA. We could pull you up when we feel like it.
And you're so eager too. You're so eager to bend the knee to us.
And I think that's what's happening to him and Kross. They know you want to come back. So it's like, we got you whenever we want you. Like, you got to make us want you. Something that you've done got to make me feel like we need that on TV. Because the Indie God deathmatch thing does not translate on TV.
No.
You're not going to be having death matches on TV. So then what are you going to present? The same thing you used to present for WWE.
And that's why I went on my rant that I went on last week, because I'm just like, why? We know as fans what you've been through, that you've been through the ringer. Shout out to Corey Graves for trying to put over that this is not the same Zack Ryder. But if you're just watching WWE and then Zack Ryder disappeared for all these years and then he just pops up, you're like, oh, look at Zack Ryder. Oh, look at Zack Ryder come lost like he always does. Like, it's like same old shit.
Like this, and they try to give shine to Cena wanting to do this tournament, give people opportunity. Dog, who did you give an opportunity?
That part.
The two
Who was supposed to be like
surprises was Dolph Ziggler and Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona, and you gave them the same exact spot. They did the same exact thing back-to-back weeks. They gave us a decent match and then lost.
Y'all are aware that, like, in all the in videos and stuff like that, they're pitting this like, oh, John Cena wanted to give the people from NXT an opportunity. Here's my thing: nobody from NXT is in the Final Four. Would you had one person from NXT in the tournament? Like, what do we?
He was better.
What?
He was better off saying, "I want to give the Nexus another opportunity." Bring the Nexus back, like they've been saying. For real, there was so much things they could have done. Bring every person back that Cena's ever buried or the fans ever felt he buried and have them get some kind of comeuppance on him. Bring the entire Nexus back as a group and destroy him again.
Facts. Why isn't Wade Barrett in this tournament trying to get retribution for Nexus?
And he was a heel. You could have done this when he was a heel, and we would all cheer for it and loved it. But you've missed that opportunity. So
it's crazy.
Horrible.
Right,
coming off of the fact that
how you don't have Cena face either Adam Pearce or Nick Aldis.
How you don't have Nick Aldis versus Adam Pearce?
I don't know.
Why not both in a triple threat as well?
Like the fact that those two guys haven't had a single WWE match is crazy to me.
And Nick Aldis has been RKO twice. Like, he looks like a pushover.
There's storylines for both of them.
Yeah, Randy, yeah, bro, you're gonna be suspended. Right? Yeah. Like, come on. But where's Randy Orton at?
Listen, let's cap off this tournament, right? It didn't give opportunity. Right. It didn't really give opportunity to anybody but Evans from NXT. That was the only one that actually got an opportunity to shine. That was it. Bring it back Cardona. Right. Bring it back Ziggler. That was just you wanting to do a personal thing, bringing them back. They're friends of yours, whatever. Cool. It was cool to see them. It did nothing to push anything.
No.
They didn't capitalize off anything. They don't got new contracts. They don't got a better opportunity with WWE. They're in the same position. It was a good spike on the ratings for the night. That's all it was. And the rest of the tournament, like we said, is kind of shoehorned.
Right. Nah, facts. Yeah. I guess so. I guess Gunther. I guess it's kind of looking like Gunther or LA Knight. Yeah, but it's probably going to be Gunther. It's probably going to be Gunther. Right. We'll see. We shall see how things play out. But to segue over, man, we had a very full pay-per-view last night. I'm sure all of us were up late night watching this pay-per-view. I know it's a terrible start for the critique, but TK, I know you listen. Can you please start going back to middle of the day pay-per-views, whether you're being counter-programmed or not? Because it's a lot easier to digest a 5-hour pay-per-view from like 3 to 9 as opposed to like 8 to like 1 in the morning, bruv. Like, come on. It is good pay-per-views. The matches are always top-notch. But please, with these marathon pay-per-views, bro.
6
hours.
We don't
need it. We don't need it.
6 hours plus the hour pre-show.
I'm not even including the pre-show. Right.
Yeah, it's 7 hours with the pre-show. It's 7 hours with the pre-show. And this is the thing.
That's a whole commitment.
If you're gonna have a pre-show,
commitment right there.
If you're gonna have a pre-show, keep it the pre-show. That thing with we're gonna start the match in the middle of it.
It was cool. It was cool last pay-per-view.
It was cool last pay-per-view. But now you're doing it on purpose. You got Okada coming out. So now you added another match to the card that wasn't supposed to be there in a long night full of 9 matches on the card. Plus the Okada shit. 9.
Yeah, that's every match is
now that's gonna be probably my biggest critique of the entire show.
Right.
Really?
That's why I want to get out first. That's why I want to get out first.
There's a difference when you're home You can have a beer from your fridge, or have a meal from your fridge, or smoke a blunt if you smoke, or go use the bathroom when you feel like it. Pause it even, maybe, in certain situations. You can digest the 6-7 hours. But when you're in a cramped seat in the arena, as the night progresses, you start getting like cabin fever. Like, yo, what the hell? Like, when are we gonna leave? And then Focus didn't want to mention this, but we walk out we walk out of the fucking arena, and some fan got the nerve to say that the main event was rushed. It was 1 a.m. There was no rushing. Bro, when the final bell rang and the match was over, me and Focus stood for like a minute, then we're like, all right, we out of here. We still had to run back because they had a surprise return at 1 a.m.
That took like an extra 10 minutes. 10, 15.
Yo, first of all, just Swerve walking to the ring took 5 to 10 minutes.
Whoa. First of all, his entrance had an entrance.
He's doing the Cody.
Yes, it did.
His entrance had an entrance.
Facts. His entrance did have an entrance. And then he said,
Lord.
I want to do, he said, because I have a new song, right? And y'all need to hear every single word of it. I'm going to get my Undertaker strobe on because my man was walking like,
yo, by that time, like, yo, Swerve, is good to see you, brother. But hurry the fuck up. I want to go home. I got traffic. I got to look for parking. Bro, I ain't get home till like 2:30, bro, looking for parking. Like, dog, this is your fault. Tony, I love the prices of the tickets. I love that you pack a card. I love the pay-per-views. I don't even have to be a week-to-week watcher, and I still enjoy everything you put on these pay-per-views for the most part. But brother, respect our time. Either put these 7-hour shows early in the day,
please,
or wrap this shit up by 11. Wrap this shit up by 11:30. But please learn timing.
There should be no wrestling pay-per-view past 12 o'clock. That should be a law. There should be no wrestling pay-per-view past 12. A wrestling show should not go into the next day.
time zone you're in. Like if they're in that time zone, it makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
If we have to watch it because of their time zone.
But on Eastern Standard,
it was funny because Rich was supposed to come with us, and he's like, yo, by the time I get home, I can't. And it's
I got dog.
We would have been held hostage. Right. It would have felt like being held hostage.
My dog might have bit me by the time I came.
He would have came home at like around 4:30 in the morning.
He would have pulled up on you like, this is the time you walk in.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Good God.
But, you know, that's really my biggest critique of the pay-per-view. As far as, you know, the ups and downs, I think this pay-per-view had a lot more ups than it did like lows or anything like that.
Well, I just want to say, this match, the last match was 16 minutes. Just want to say that.
Wow. I want to say that I thank you, TK, because because he was an Ariel and he was saying how he wants to pack the card out as much as possible because, you know, he's asking people for $50 a month. Thank you. And I tip my hat to you.
I respect it.
I respect it. But, yo, I'm just going to say, like, we don't need, every match doesn't need to be 15 to 20 minutes. I know you want to give everybody, like, their shine, but, like, it's just, like, we don't need 7-hour pay-per-views. But with that said, I really liked Mercedes Moné and Chris Statlander. And I'm bringing that up because I know we kind of ragged on Mercedes last week.
Like, let's get the critiques out. Hold up. Let's get the critiques out. I didn't want to just move on.
Mm.
You guys want to talk about time before you get the critiques out? Before you get your critiques out? You guys want to talk about the time first?
The what?
The times of each.
Oh, you have the actual times of each match?
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
I mean, run them down real quick.
Yeah, run them down.
So I'm not even gonna do the pre-show. So Pac versus Darby was 17 minutes. A 4-way tag team match for the women's titles was 13 minutes. FTR versus Rodito 20. Ricochet versus Kevin Knight. I mean the Casino Gauntlet for the national championship was 22. Kyle O'Reilly versus John Moxley was 20 minutes. Mark Briscoe versus Kyle Fletcher was 25, and I think that was the longest match on the card. The Young Bucks and Alexander versus Jurassic Express and Omega was 19 minutes. Chris Statlander versus Monet was 23 minutes. And Samoa Joe, the last match, was only 16 minutes, which would be the second least longest match on the card. Yeah, the shortest.
You have to consider that last match also came with story, and they added another 10 minutes with Swerve, 10-15 minutes with Swerve, and that whole story they try to do. So,
they also they both bled a whole pint. They both bled a whole pint for that 15 minutes.
And
that is ridiculous. My only other critique about the match is not every match needs blood, bro. 5 out of 9 matches, all of them leaking, leaking within the first 2 to 3 minutes. We don't need it. It wasn't special. By the time we got to the cage match, it was like, oh, Joe's bleeding. Oh, Hangman's bleeding. Oh, okay.
Right. Yeah.
We saw so much blood last night that it's like it just wasn't. It wasn't special. It wasn't.
They should stay away from it for a while. Actually,
it's a part of their identity at this point, and they need. I love the matches. I love when it makes sense to the story and it builds to the intrigue of it. But if you see it, you desensitize. And with AEW, I feel desensitized to their matches. Same thing when they pull out the skewers or they pull out. You know how many times I saw somebody get stabbed last night in AEW?
Yeah, that was kind of wild. That was kind of wild.
Like 4 or 5 times.
For a spot like that,
4 or 5 different people. You mean? But overall times, you know, we saw somebody get stabbed up at least 60 times last night.
Yeah.
Between the 9 matches.
Right. That needs to just be John Moxley's spot. Or like that was too. That was
everybody stabbing each other now.
That Kyle Fletcher Mark Briscoe match.
It's in right now. Stabbing's over.
I don't want to take away from anybody because that match was fire. Like that's one thing I can say. All the matches were fire. They were good matches.
Just were all fire.
I don't want to take away from anybody's pay-per-view time.
Stabbing.
But it's just like, I honestly think if you're going to do 25-minute matches like that, you can reserve special dynamites for this. Like, it is the TNT championship. Because
to tell you the truth,
his matches are too long. I love Kyle Fletcher's matches, but they're too long for you not to be the world champion.
Some of these matches could have just been on Dynamite. Let's be honest. We're being honest with each other. A lot of these matches could have been on Dynamite.
I don't know. They could have. And
you know what could have been on Dynamite? The women's tag team championship tournament match.
They should have saved it.
It was just so we were confused because obviously we can't hear the commentators. We were confused because we thought this was the championship. We thought it was we thought it was a fatal 4-way for the championship. So when they didn't even give them the titles at the end, we were like, yo, what the fuck? Type of disrespectful. They didn't even give them their shine with the belts. Like, we were confused. That could have been a Dynamite match. That could have been a Dynamite match. Then my only other, not even match-wise, the Swerve segment. Brother, you were not Stone Cold.
Nah, he said he's not. He's not. He said I'm Undertaker.
He came down, he came down slow as fuck. First of all, I thought there was only like 4 members of the Ops. Joe, Hook.
There is.
Shibata. and what's the fifth one?
Powerhouse. Powerhouse Will
Powerhouse
Hobbs.
Hobbs, right?
No, it was their dojo.
Okay, you pull out 20 people in a dojo. This dude's walking down like Undertaker on a downers, right? He's on a downer. This man has been binging on downers for a weekend straight, and then had to do his entrance. This is how slow he was coming up. You telling me 20 people can't beat up Swerve?
Not when you walk like this.
Nope.
You're invincible when you walk down like this, bro. And he had leather on. Okay? Don't you ever notice that? Look at the biggest pops in wrestling ever. They have leather on. They have some form of leather, all right? When you have leather on, you've been away for a minute.
Swerve is my dude.
You're invincible, okay? Remember Triple H at the Garden? Remember Triple H at the Garden?
Yo.
The leather.
How did it translate on TV? Did it look good on TV? Because in the arena, we're like, this shit looks terrible. He's just throwing people. They're waiting for him. Like, you're beating two people up at once while the others are just waiting.
It looks amazing on TV. It looks great on TV.
It does?
The crowd was hot. Y'all were hot the entire night. A lot of the things looked good on TV because of camera angles. That's why I said I'm bougie when it comes to wrestling events. Now, I want a skybox so we can watch the match live and watch TV, because there's things that in the live crowd, just by proxy where you're at, you're just not going to see. But the camera angles and the way it is,
in the arena, you see too much.
Swerve just pushes them off, and then he coming. Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, it's a little hokey because it's like 10 of them is only one. But like the camera angle and they pushed it. Like,
okay, so it looked good on TV. So it looked good on TV. In the arena, it did not look good. It was like, yo, why are these dudes just standing around? They're just standing around. Jump his ass. Jump his ass. It's one person. 20 of y'all. Your dojo is trash.
Wait, hold up. We do got to get this critique. Hold up. We do have to give this critique. Listen, I am not.
Richie, stop stabbing people.
I'm not. Please stop stabbing people. Please stop stabbing people. And like, I am not opposed to wrestlers trying new things. You want a new entrance? That's dope. But on your big comeback, when your music was a large part of you getting over, nah, bro. Like, for real, like, the AEW has lost this thing, like, kind of where they don't address their audience anymore. Because before, in the old AEW, they would have done a sit-down interview with Swerve, and he would have been talking about his music and all that, and then he would have introduced it. That is a soft way to do that, because we all waiting for that Swerve, when I drop Swerve, and then you come out to this slow music that we ain't ever heard, and then Prince Nana still trying to bring that Swerve when I drop energy to this new joint, and it's not working. It's like the signals is not connecting because the song doesn't match the energy you're trying to bring. You know what I'm saying? So AEW, you can't do that. I'm not opposed to Hangman's joint, his entrance, which is dope. That should have been the Rev Dem joint should have been part of the entrance. Then when he gets to the top of the ramp, fireworks go up, switch to his old music, because it's like, the crowd wanted the pop. Y'all wanted to like pop for him big, but y'all were waiting for the music to come that never came. So it was just kind of like,
oh yeah, he's walking already.
Yeah.
Like, think about Stone Cold with no glass shattering, The Rock with no if you smell, Undertaker with no gong. The list goes on. Seth Rollins with no burn it down. Roman Reigns without the classical thing to start. Like, it's the little things. Like, we get used to it, and it makes us, oh shit. We're here trying to figure out, like,
who's this?
Oh, the house burn. I literally heard fans saying, oh, it didn't really register until I realized, oh shit, the house burning. That's Swerve. But they needed some type of cue because the music, they were thrown off.
His intro had an intro. You could have literally played that part for that part, and then when he actually came out, you switched to his original music. And then when Dynamite, you got to do a slow. You can't. This is a hard transition. And I don't think you coming back after months being off on a huge pay-per-view. That this was not the good time to debut a new song, bro. Like, but he looked good though. My man got straight up. Even
I'm not gonna rewatch the whole pay-per-view, obviously. But I gotta rewatch that segment.
It's a
To
good
see
watch.
how it looked on TV because
If you got a day off
in the arena it didn't translate well in the arena. It was like these dudes are just standing around.
Okada's entrance looked dope on TV because like what they did like a swirl, they did like a swirl, they did like a closer shot, and they backed up and did like a 360.
My man
of it.
was in his trunks in 30-degree weather.
Who was full gear in 30-degree weather?
Okada.
Oh, Okada coming out his car.
But then you arrive to the arena in your car, but then your belt and your jacket is inside the arena. Like, bro. Alright, criticism aside.
He said fuck the Keshner.
Right?
Which is always funny. That rivalry is funny.
What are y'all highlights of the show? What are the best parts?
The Yeeks Mania.
Who?
Yeeks Mania.
Yeeks Mania? Oh, there was a lot of yeeks. Tons of yeeks. Yeeks on yeeks on yeeks. I wish I had more hands so I can give them yeeks more thumbs up. But yo, Chris Statlander versus Mercedes Moné, I thought that was a really good match. I'm so glad that Chris Statlander won. I thought Darby Allin versus Pop for that opening was a real. I mean, it wasn't really the opener, but like I thought that was a really good match. The Elite Saga continues. I'm really it's not a critique. It's really me being sad. I know he was selling because he's selling the ankle, Kenny Omega, like with the ankle that Josh Alexander thing. But like, I do think that we are seeing that Kenny Omega at the end of he's at the tail end of his career. So you know what I'm saying?
That's why the Elite is getting back together now.
That's why at least getting back together now. You know what I'm saying? But I think overall, the pay-per-view was really dope. The matches itself were super dope. We just don't need 7 hours. I hate to bring it back to this, but it's just like the matches were so good, and I think storylines progressed. I'm glad they didn't break up the Hurt Syndicate. I thought there was going to be some static with the Hurt Syndicate. I'm glad they didn't break them up. That was one match. I think they could have hurried up. They could have really. That match could have been like Ricochet could have really. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't like that match at all. I thought it was going to be elimination.
No, it's never elimination. It's never elimination.
I thought no, because the thing is, when you do gauntlet matches, you pin somebody, and then the next one comes out and stuff like that. Traditionally, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not what it is.
No,
it came out like it's Royal Rumble, and then one person gets the pinfall. I feel like that was like a scramble, maybe.
It's their casino gauntlet. It's their casino gauntlet. It's cool because anybody. So
I don't feel like it's a gauntlet though. I feel like it's more like a scramble than a gauntlet. That's how I feel.
No, it is. It is more of like a scramble. We can't hear you, AJ.
I was saying it was a little confusing in the building, because we didn't know like what if eliminations were happening or like how that was going on. So by the time we got to the final segment, we were like, "Oh shit! Wait, Ricochet just won? I thought it was an elimination, but no, he won."
No, it was their casino.
Yeah, like I said, a gauntlet match. People get eliminated, but not in this one for some reason. It's just more like a scramble. First person wins during the Rumble gets the championship.
I feel like Ricochet has really found himself in AEW. I feel like he's
him getting on the mic
is better. His mic skills have improved.
He was funny yesterday. I wouldn't say he improved on the mic, but the joke character is finally turning around and it's not as annoying as it used to be.
Because now he's getting wins and stuff like that. So now it's like he's not just talking shit and
he's not coming off as just a pussy. That's what it was. They were booking him like a pussy. Like, not only are we punking him on TV with the Hurt Syndicate, he's gonna lose the big matches.
Right. Yeah. I don't think they need.
Now now he got his consolation prize title, so everything is happy.
Right. That part. I don't. Yeah, they didn't need to give him a whole nother championship, but we are here. Yeah, we are here. Continental Classic starts next week. If there's one thing that AEW does really good is they do tournaments good. So that's gonna be good. I really I liked Brodito as a tag team champion. I think they had a really good run. Um, I'm interested to see what they're going to do with FTR and all that stuff. We're probably going to see an FTR Young Bucks rematch, but both of them couldn't be heels. So now that the Bucks are face again, we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just run down my thoughts real quick on the matches. I think Pac versus Darby Allin was a great match. Probably one of the
Maybe
highlights.
Could
match
have
of the
been on
night.
Dynamite though.
Yeah,
It might have been match of the
Could
people
have
night.
been on
should
Dynamite
definitely
though.
could have, but it was one of those matches that was worth the watch.
Mm-hmm.
FTR versus Brodito was pretty good. Let me see. The steel cage match. Unfortunately, I feel like it was just at the end of a long ass night, so the appreciation wasn't there as much as I would have maybe if I saw this earlier in the day. But
Mm-hmm.
good match. I was actually surprised that Joe won. I don't think I didn't. It doesn't feel like this run was too long for Hangman, so that was surprising for me.
Storyline. This is the storyline one.
Chris Statlander beating Mercedes, that was the best thing they could have done, because I don't think we're in a situation where Mercedes needs to really earn the AEW Women's Championship, and I think she needs to earn it after a big loss of 13 titles.
Yes. Yes.
So,
yeah.
Nah, I think the AEW title should be her 16th title. She has to defend every single one of those belts the next couple of months just to prove that she's worth it.
He's not though. So
They're not going to do that, but they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it.
Yeah, I'd rather see the
They're not going
losses
to do it, but
happen.
it is what it is. I
And
don't think she's going to lose though.
I want to see her on her bump Corbin I'm losing streak and then earn her way back. The trios match with the Young Bucks, I can't really comment too much because that was the point of the night where I needed to walk around and stretch my legs because not even a negative or trying to be funny. I was there too many hours. Like my back was starting to hurt. I was like, let me fucking walk around real quick.
So let me put it for you like this. I'm gonna compare the Young Bucks and the Elite. Like it's like listening to a Jada Kiss verse, bro. You know it's gonna be good. Like that. Like
yeah,
you
of
like
course.
Kiss don't miss.
I don't doubt that, but you know,
Bucks don't miss.
I got to see the very end and when
I
Kenny
feel like
and them came back together.
I feel like they need to come up with other spots because it's like I've seen these same spots for like the past 5 years, and it's like I need variation. Well, if you do that springboard into the X Factor and going through the ropes to do the moonsault, at least do a quicker moonsault at that. Switch it up once in a while.
It's one of his signature moves. It's one of his signature moves.
Switch it up once in a while. I know, but switch it up once in a while. Make it a little bit more flashier. Because I've been seeing this for like five times. And it's like, yo, bro, for 5 years. And it's like, yo, it's the same shit over and over. You watch one Young Bucks match, and it's the same spots. Switch it up once in a while.
Yeah.
Make one. At least every 6 months, create a new spot just to keep people guessing. And the same thing goes for Kenny. Because how many times are you gonna keep on doing the Terminator, the pointing at people and stuff like that? And it's like, yo, create other things as well. You need to build upon it. It's got to progress everything. You gotta make things evolve and stuff like that. I feel like they're just being stagnant, and that's why they're not gaining any fans because they're in this plateau where they feel comfortable because where they're at because they don't need to do anything to draw a crowd. I feel like that's what's holding everything back from them. That's why they suck right now. Nobody's really killed. Not that
I
they
feel like them joining back in
not
the
like
elite
skill
got a big
skill
ass
wise,
pop.
but like how they suck as in popularity because it's always the same thing over and over again. Push it up. We need more variation.
Yeah, I mean, but I feel like their gimmick leading into this match, by the time they did get to the point where they reconciled with Kenny, the fans are behind them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fans
But
are behind this, but it's like
I get what you're saying as far as the
it's
content
like
within the matches.
it's like as far as tag team, they're literally John Cena. They got the 5 moons of doom,
I
and
would
then they win.
I would argue that the Bucks do use different offensive moves, and it varies depending on who they're going against. They do because I was thinking that I thought that too. What they do add some salt and pepper in their game. My argument for Kenny would be that his matches are more interesting because we know that his body, it's not a work. I mean, it's not a work. Like his body literally is breaking down. So him being able to get through his matches to still be at the level that they are with the injuries, shoot and work, because he plays that into his matches. I think that makes his matches that I think that still makes his matches still top notch. That's my opinion. But I see where you're coming from. I definitely do see where you're coming from. But I would say, I mean, if that's the case, then kind of all wrestlers kind of do the same moves because they have signature.
My thing is that if that's the case, Young Bucks could basically win a AEW Tag Team Championship blindfolded because all they have to do is just go rely on instincts on their spots.
Doesn't after the wrestlers get to that point, they go in, they do their shit, and they leave.
That's it. They don't even need to look. They could do the whole shit blindfolded, still win. That's my thing. And it's like you need to switch it up a little bit. Make things a little bit unpredictable.
Yeah. So the only other 2 matches, Kyle O'Reilly and Jon Moxley, that was a pretty good match, but
yeah,
I think it's one of those situations where the match was really good, but it also gets lost in that, okay, we've already seen multiple people bleed already. It's just like a
Yeah, I already seen Kyle try to stop somebody.
yeah.
Not Kyle. Not Fletcher stab.
At that point, yeah, we did have a Kyle try to stab somebody already. So
I don't even, I can't even remember what positioning, but you could lower or raise, and it was the same thing, multiple stabbings.
yeah,
so,
it was a good match.
That was pretty much the whole card. That was pretty much the whole card.
I'm glad
with the decisions they did. I'm glad that with the decisions they did make, the title changes. There was a lot of title changes, and I think they made a good decision as far as all of them. I'm not pissed off at any of the decisions they made as far as the winners last night.
Yeah, I will say that I think John Cena is doing some really good character work right now. Like as far as like him being the leader of Death Rider and him being this unbreakable.
John Cena, Jon Moxley.
Excuse me, my bad. Cena's doing good character work too. John Cena is doing good character work. He's doing such good character work. He's standing right behind me.
No, he's not. He's doing the same exact shit we were just accusing the Bucks of doing. Showing up, doing his stick, and leaving.
I'm mad John Cena doesn't do the lightning fist anymore, but we'll talk about that for another time.
I'm glad I'll never see it again.
Right? For Jagged Punch?
You heard me. You heard me. I'm upset he doesn't do this.
Nah, with that being said, we're kind of going over time, so let's get some final thoughts, because that was crazy. That was crazy. We can't end this pod with lightning punch endorsements.
Nah, fuck that. No. Bring back the throwback too.
Nah, for real. Nah, I think Jon Moxley doing some good character work. Nah, for real. He's been doing some good character work. As in, like every time he gets put under big pressure, he taps and like I'm waiting for Claudio. Like somebody got to turn on him. Yo, you got to turn on him. Like his downfall has to come. Like somebody, I think it might be Pac, but somebody got to come.
You know what story needs to happen?
What?
Especially after last night, because she pulled double duty, and Marina Shafir was in her own match, and then came back in Moxie's match to lust in his eyes. I think Roger Shaw need to come up and whoop his ass, and then Renee Young need to be in his corner.
That's what I thought the shit was going.
And Renee Young need to be in his corner. Like, what are y'all doing on TV, bro? This Death Rider shit is looking between y'all two. Y'all looking too much like a couple.
It is kind of weird that they never get brought up.
It's weird, and there's
They never bring it up.
They have husbands and wives on this show.
And they don't bring it up. That is weird. That's so weird.
Like, you just had your own match. Tend to yourself. You came back to just look in Moxley's eyes and your violent, lustful look.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But I think that was everything. We can do this all day, and we're not gonna endorse the Lightning Punch. I'm sorry.
We are going to endorse the Lightning Punch, and we're also going to endorse MLW too.
I do endorse MLW. Support indie wrestling.
Yeah, support indie wrestling.
We just need to build up that roster a little bit. Even though we did see who we joke as G.I. Kane, but what's his name? Seriously?
Mad Cruz or something? Something.
Something like that, right?
Cruz, Krugers, something like that.
The man looks kind of frightening in real life. He's tall as shit. He's tall as shit. We went to, Focus went to say what, like, oh shit, look, what's up? And then he just walked past. He got those contacts in, like the white out contacts.
I can't see shit.
He look crazy as hell. But yeah, we could do this all day. You can find us all at Kayfabe Avenue on all streaming platforms. Anywhere you get your podcasts, on YouTube. Check us out. Like, share, subscribe, follow our TikTok, our Facebook, everything at Kayfabe Avenue. And you know what? Let's just take it home like they should have did a few hours earlier last night.
Right. Ironically, can you take us home?
Take us home.
Right, because that show was just like